y'all? How we doing, everybody? What is good, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing, everyone? How we doing? How we doing, everybody? Put some W's in the chat, you guys. I appreciate everyone joining so much. Thank you for joining, hanging out with us today. We have a very special guest today, Austin, and it's gonna be a fun live, you guys. It's gonna be a fun time, fun live, fun time. And I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to talk to Austin. So I'm very psyched today, y'all. So thank you so much for joining, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you. Stanzas, how we doing? Who's in here? Put W's in the chat if you're in here right now. Put some W's in the chat if you're in here right now. And yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, stanzas. Can we give a warm welcome to our special guest, the one and only Austin? Let's go. All right, stanzas, let's go. Hey, what's going on, Austin? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Joseph. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for joining. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun
Of
time.
course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How's your day been? What have you been up to today?
Thank you for asking. My day has been pretty good. I mean, mostly just chilling, doing life things. I mean, I'm pretty much almost done with my current college semester, so that's good. What's up with you?
I just got back from Trader Joe's, the good old Trader Joe's, just grocery shopping.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yep. And yeah, just editing some music videos and some stuff like that. So, and here we are. Good weather today. You're in Boston, right?
I'm in Massachusetts, not in Boston, actually. I'm
Okay.
down towards the lower part of the state.
Okay. Nice. Like near Rhode Island, kind of?
Yeah, kind of pretty close to Rhode Island, actually. Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you for joining. And yeah, let's just kind of dive into it. Hey, chat, if you guys have any questions, let us know. Thank you, Sam, for commenting. Sam, shout Sam World. Yeah, let's go. Put W's in the chat if you're here. And yeah. Okay, so Austin, where are you originally from?
I've pretty much been in Massachusetts like my whole life up to this point. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty simple answer.
Nice. Where what was like the town that you grew up? What was it like? What was it like growing up there? What
Um, well, I would say, I mean, I'm from Swansea actually, but it's it's a good town. It has its good points and its rough points, but then again, like I'm sure every town does. I'm sure if you ask someone that question, they probably would say maybe a similar thing. So, but
Right.
yeah, it's been good.
Right. How would you say that kind of like shaped what you do? You know, I've been looking at your stuff and I was intrigued, and that's why I want to have you on. You make a lot of really cool edits that have gone pretty viral and stuff like that. How would you say that has like kind of shaped what you do?
Well, I would say, they're things that I'm really like passionate about and I have a like a fandom for, I guess. And I guess I should probably be transparent as a matter of fact. So
Be
I have
transparent.
I have said it before,
Yeah.
but I have autism actually, so it makes it kind of challenging, and it makes me, I guess it can make someone have a little bit more of a fixation into the things they enjoy, which I guess can be a good thing at the same time.
Okay.
But yeah, I think autism by itself is challenging at the same time, but I would say I've been able to deal with it okay, thankfully. So unfortunately, there's probably people out there who have a harder time with it. And I would say I feel for you guys, but don't worry, you're not the only one with autism. You have another person right here who has it. So,
Right. And look at all the stuff that you've been able to accomplish. You know what I mean? Like you been able to mass like a following social media and everything like that. I think that's really cool. How'd that kind of start, or how would you describe what you do, or like what your uh um kind of what would you describe what you do and like what you're going after, like your passion, would you say?
Um, I would say, let me think. Well, some things I'm really passionate about, like I'm a big sports person. I like
Hmm.
movies and like TV shows, but I guess movies pretty good. I would say that it is actually that is a really good question. Um,
Yeah.
could you actually repeat part of it again if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like
Mm,
what would you say you uh like what you're doing on social media, right? You have like a
Yeah.
social media following. What would you say your kind of your niche is, or like what you do on social media? How would you describe it to someone that's never come across your page or something like that?
Mm. Um, that's good. I would say, I put out things that I'm into or I'm a fan of.
Right.
And I hope other people, find it entertaining or find it cool,
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it was a little different before because I'm also really a Sonic fan, as a matter of fact.
Mm.
And I really got into that in like late 2019, early 2020. But I've kind of been like, pivoting and stuff like that. Because again, it's not just one thing I'm into. And again, I want to
Mm-hmm.
try to make that clear.
Mm-hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Yeah, that's why I was kind of interested in your page because you have so much
Mm.
different types of stuff.
Yeah.
I saw you we're doing interviews with people outside of Fenway. Was that your thing, or how does that work?
Um, well, that is a good question. And I'm actually a little bit inspired by them, as a matter of fact, because they've built a niche of their own, doing that type of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Um, So I've reached out actually to, I'll say, Randy Elfman. He's a really good guy and he's really made a name
Mm-hmm.
for himself in terms of like, being like a voice for, Red Sox Nation and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
he's been able to do other stuff when it comes to that. And he's really like opened up a career for himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've kind of figured, I guess dip my toes in, kind of, put myself out there, do little things that I hadn't really done before.
Right.
And thankfully, I've gotten a little bit more comfortable each time I've done it. And thankfully, he's also been, really accommodating. Like I'm always welcome. And I've told him before, like I'm always welcome to do, answer the questions he asks me for his content because he does such a good
Mm-hmm.
job with it.
Mm-hmm. Um, since we're on sports, how would you say the Red Sox are doing this season?
Mm. I mean, it's unfortunate that they've started out this way. I mean, I've said it before. I think ownership. And I'm definitely not the only one who would say this at this point. I really think ownership at this point really does not care anymore about putting like a really great product on the field. And it's really
Mm-hmm.
sad to say that, considering how this is the ownership group that, helped the team, win 4 world championships and, make all those playoff appearances and stuff like that. And that's why you're seeing, all these fans that are upset, and you're seeing sell the team and stuff like that. And I can definitely vouch for that 100%, especially as a diehard fan.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, sports can be a hard thing because
Yeah,
so much stuff is
definitely.
always changing, the
Yeah,
players and
yeah.
yeah.
When they do well, it's like the greatest thing in the world. And then
Mm.
when they're not doing so well, it just feels absolutely devastating. But
Yeah.
you could definitely see that as a good thing though, because at the same time, regardless, you're still very passionate about it at the same time.
Right. Shout brands, shout everyone that's joining Brian, shout out. Shout Mo, appreciate you joining as well. So when did you first kind of dip your toes into post on social media and uh making content and stuff like that?
Well, I remember I had a Facebook at one point. I forget. I forget what year I removed it, but I remember I had a Facebook profile for a number of years. And then, Facebook is Facebook, and sometimes there's things on there that are not, super great, or people aren't a fan of, which, you know, and then and it's a little bit tricky for me considering how I get in a mindset where that I always have to be, precise and, you know, what have you. My
Mm-hmm.
mind can definitely put me on roller coasters. I
Mm.
remember it was within the last year or two. I got TikTok for maybe like couple of few months, and I enjoyed it. It was a cool thing. And then when I heard the things, oh, TikTok could be banned, I was like, I'm just gonna remove it because thankfully I'm not too far gone, and I would feel I would feel bad if like I was really starting to depend on it, and then it was almost like I had to, start over.
Mhm.
Um, but I first joined Insta in 2020, which I'm sure
Okay.
obviously during the pandemic, I'm sure people could say that they first joined something or they got into a real hobby around that time. I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people, because of course we were all staying in our homes at that point. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, I've been evolving, and I've like learned from how others, have done stuff on like maybe
Mm-hmm.
captions, for example, and maybe little things like limiting hashtags and
Mm.
what kind of photos to put down and stuff like that. So I've definitely learned a lot from watching how others do it and from my own personal experience for sure.
Mm. Social media is such like a it's such a craft, kind of like learning
Yeah,
how to do certain things and change pace and uh
yeah,
it's going really well, and then like when you get no views it can be really devastating.
yeah.
Like
It can be
it's
challenging for
weird
sure.
like that.
The
Mm.
algorithm is definitely very iffy sometimes. And
Mhm.
it's very interesting because sometimes you put a little bit more effort into something, you put it out there and it doesn't get as much attention maybe as you feel like it should. And then when you like put something
Mhm.
together in like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, and you put it out there, it gets more attention, sometimes a ton of attention than you expected it to.
Mm.
And that can definitely be a surprise, definitely in a good way for sure. Um,
Mm.
but also I guess I've tried to look into, because Instagram has, stats and everything, and there's also, they have like certain times when if you go into like the stats on like what's the best times to put stuff out and stuff like that. So I've looked into that a little bit, but I don't think again, I it's a little bit harder than it sounds, I'm sure, but again, I don't think it's
Right.
always about the number of followers or the amount of views. I think it's also about like what you put out there and if people are enjoying it.
Hmm. Right. Wait, I was gonna ask something that yeah, I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Okay.
Um, but yeah. Um, so like, what would you say was a moment that made you realize, okay, I want to make content. Like, I really enjoy doing this. I want to kind of dedicate myself to either making content or putting out videos. Like, because oh yeah, this is what I was gonna ask. Because you've
Okay.
like, I saw you got Fanatics sent you something like moments like
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Family
Was there
fanatics.
like a
Yeah.
moment,
Hmm.
right? Was there like a moment that like kind of made you be like, okay, this is what I want to do?
Hmm. I mean, there was definitely a moment that happened from I guess all the content I was putting out, like showing like support for something and stuff like that. Definitely. I remember it was last year. It was last year sometime, I want to say. Yeah. I remember like
Mm,
obviously I was supporting, and I still support obviously the Sonic movies 100%. I support them every single step of the way. And of course they
yeah.
have the fourth one's in development. It's coming out April of next year. Yeah, April of next year. And I remember the official Instagram account, the official Sonic movie account, actually reached out to me. They actually DM'd me, which that was crazy. I was not expecting it, honestly.
Mm,
They reached out to me and
right.
they said something like, can we send you something? And I think in
Wow.
my head it was like saying, of course, that they could definitely send me something. And I DM'd them and I said, yeah, definitely, and I told him the little things obviously that he needs to know to get it to me. And they sent me like, I guess you could call it like a little gift box, sort of, I guess. And
Oh, that's
I
sick.
still, yep. Uh, and that was definitely a moment where you think to yourself like, hey, like this company that actually like cared and was actually like paying attention
Mm,
to stuff that a fan was putting out there, saying like supporting them all the time, and then they wanted to reach out and reward you with something. Like that's definitely a moment that if it ever would happen to you, that it makes you think, wow, that
mm,
maybe I should keep supporting these these brands or these people,
mm,
because at the end of the day they do see them, even if it might not seem like they do see these things. So yeah,
mm.
that's definitely a moment that comes to mind for sure.
Do we have any Sonic fans in the live? Do we have any Sonic fans in the live? I'm curious if anyone here's a Sonic fan. What was like how'd you get into Sonic? How'd that happen? How'd you get to that
um
fan
it
base?
was it was late 2019, and I remember it was,
Okay.
I think if we're even like maybe a slight movie buff, we probably heard about it at the time. Like I remember it was the first trailer that came out earlier in that year. Like the design of him looked absolutely horrible, and there was so much negative the backlash and everything. Like it was probably a real story at the time. And then the director said they were delaying the movie to fix him, and it's like you never see that. And you never see a company like say that, oh, they're going to delay the movie and actually do what the fans want and fix the main problem, but they did it. And I remember when they released the newer trailer in November of that year that showed the newer design. Like I became hooked. Like I remember I was watching
Mm,
that trailer so many times, and it was like not even a 3 minute trailer, like 2:30 or whatever it was. And I
wow.
think that was the time where I like immediately got hooked on that. And then I remember I caught wind of the give it its flowers. It's a shame that it only went 2 seasons as far as I'm concerned, and it didn't get probably more attention than it did at the time. But
Mm,
uh, but yeah, that was the moment where I first got into that.
hmm. Wow. That is pretty cool that they end up changing something
Yeah,
because the fan said something.
yeah,
That is pretty
yeah.
cool, you know?
I think even from then till now, I still don't know if we've ever really seen it happen on that to that scale before. So yeah, it's
Mm,
definitely a rare thing. So we might never see it again. Who knows?
wow. Yeah, like are you so you're in like Sonic, were you ever into like video
Mhm.
games? Are you a big video game head or not not quite?
I do. I mean, a little bit. I remember we had a Wii. I mean, I know it sounds ancient. I know, but I remember we had a
Yeah.
Wii for a number of years, and it definitely was a very durable console. I'll tell you that. And I remember I
Mm,
was playing. We didn't have that many like Wii games, but the Wii games that we had, I remember we had Wii Sports Resort, and there probably was like one or two others, but I would play Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort like almost every single time I turn that Wii on. Like those games are
wow.
like cinema. I mean, they're not
Mm,
obviously when you compare them to games nowadays, they're not the most appealing looking and all that stuff, and maybe they could be doing more in terms of what the characters do and everything, but there's probably people out there that still own a Wii and maybe still play some of those games. So I would say They're good. And
It's
it's
like so
nostalgic. And it's nostalgic when you think about the
nostalgic.
moment, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like what is it? Like we baseball, we tennis.
Wii Sports Resort. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
Wii Tennis. Yeah.
oh, we
Baseball, there was
yeah.
the boxing. Boxing, I didn't do a whole lot. I did it a couple times. There was bowling. I did that a fair bunch.
Mm.
And
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
those two Wii games I played, I like played a lot. So if someone asked me to, play one of those, I would definitely 100% play that.
mm.
Absolutely.
No, like I can just imagine like 20, 30 years from now,
Mm,
someone pulling up to a pawn shop trying to sell one of those for
mm,
like a couple hundred
mm.
bucks or something crazy. You
You
know?
never know. I mean, crazier things probably have happened
Yeah,
now, so you just never know. The world
it's a
definitely has
crazy
its
world.
crazy moments for sure. So, I know.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, awesome. Well, chat, do we have any questions? Do we have any questions for Austin? Austin, do you have any questions before we kind of dive into the game section of the live?
Hmm. Any questions for you?
Uh, for the chat, or anything you want to shout out or anything you want to say, kind of.
I mean, I guess I'll shout out Zach Kohler because I watched your live stream that you did with him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
and yeah, so that was, and I obviously you reached out to me at some point after that, asking if I wanted to do a live. So, you
Hmm.
know, thank you, and you know, send my best to Zach also.
Yeah, Zach's such a cool guy, such a
Yeah,
funny
he is.
guy.
Absolutely.
That's like the cool thing about, I feel like, maybe social media and entertainment and stuff, because he's obviously in the entertainment industry and stuff.
He
And
is.
I met him at a music video shoot,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's cool like how it's so easy to connect with people nowadays. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the positive things about social media and stuff like that. You can definitely say that for sure. Absolutely.
Mhm. Can I please have a shout out? It's my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Ava. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday. All right. Well, we're gonna do we're gonna hop into the game section live. This is always fun.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do my version of two truths and a lie, which is two lies and one truth. So you have to tell us two lies and one truth, and chat has to guess, and I have to guess what the lie is. And if you'd like, I can take it over, and I can do the two lies and one truth first, and then you can go. Whatever works better for you.
Um, you can do yours first if you want.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I
I
might need a little bit of time to think about that one, mine. So it's all. If you need a few seconds, no
yeah.
worries.
Okay, let me think. Okay. Um, I own three pairs of black Nike sneakers. I have been to um Australia, and I have um also been to Texas.
Hmm. I'm gonna
What
go.
are we
I'm gonna
saying,
say.
chat?
Hmm. All right. I'm gonna guess. I'm
Two
gonna
lies,
guess.
one truth.
All right. I'm gonna guess what one of the truths is. I'm gonna say one of the
Okay.
truths is you have three pairs of Nike sneakers.
Okay. What's
What
the
were the
chat
other
saying? The
two?
Texas
You've
one is
been
it true?
okay. So the other
So
two
it's
are
two
you've
lies
been to
and one truth.
Texas and you've been to where?
Australia.
Hmm. I'm gonna say the other truth is
Oh, it's two lies and one truth.
Oh, two lies. My bad.
Okay.
It
I know
shows
it's
you that I've never
backwards.
done this before.
No, all good.
Yeah, I'm still.
What are we saying,
That's
chat?
tricky. Hmm. That is tricky considering you put you've been to two different like regions in there. That makes it a little bit tricky for sure. Hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's not. Hmm. So
Ava
one.
changes her answer to the first one. I can't remember the order that I said it in, so
It
I don't know what that is.
was. All right, it was two
I
lies
think it
and a
was
truth. I believe you said it in the order of Nike sneakers, Australia and Texas, or it was Texas
Australia.
and Australia.
Yeah, Australia and Texas. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Hmm.
right, I'll reveal it. You wanna guess it first?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll guess. I'm gonna stick.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll change it from the sneakers. I believe the truth is you've been to Texas.
You were right initially. I do have 3 pairs of black Nike sneakers.
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm wearing them right
okay,
now. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Uh, what's up, Shirley? How you doing?
That's an example of going with your gut. You know, sometimes it's
Yeah.
better to just go with your gut.
uh,
So two lies and one
we have a
truth.
question from the chat.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, 2 eyes and 1 truth. All right, chat. So Austin is gonna say 2 eyes and 1 truth, and we have to guess what the truth is. So let's go. Let's go, chat. Put some W's in the
okay,
chat.
so one truth and two lies. So wow. Okay, so I've
Appreciate
been
everyone joining the
to.
live.
Okay, so my first one, I've been to California.
Okay.
My second is I've been to New York, and
New York
my
City or
third,
state?
New York City.
Okay.
And my third is I've been to. Third is I've been to. Let's see, Georgia. I just wanted to.
Okay. All
I
going
guess I was inspired by
different
the
places.
regions you put out.
Okay. All right. So first one, been to California. Second one, been to New York City. I,
Yep.
I realized my question was kind of stupid, New York City or state, because it's the
No, no,
same
it's
thing. But
okay.
like,
I guess
it's
there's a small difference, I
okay.
suppose.
Okay. And then third one is you've been to Georgia, the
Yes.
country or the state.
State.
Okay. Um. Okay. Huh. Been to. All right. So what do we say in chat? Been to California. Been to New York. Been to Georgia. I think going to Georgia is a lie because that took a while to
Yeah.
say. I think so. I think
I
you're
will say that right
brainstorming
away.
it.
Yes, that is one of the lies. Yes, I will say that right away.
Okay. Okay. Summarize. Um, and I think I want to see what chat's gonna say, but I think going to you're saying going to New York. Uh I think that's the truth. It's truth. Even though my
Yeah.
gut's telling me it's a lie, but I think it's truth.
No, it's
And
true.
then I
I have actually been to New York City. Yep. Yep.
okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, we did it. Yeah. When did you go to California? That's sick.
Uh, unfortunately, that's also a lie. I've never been,
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
that's why then.
That would be pretty sick though. But you know, You never know what can
Mm,
happen in life, so we'll see.
mm-hmm. Right. I've never been to California either, so I wanna go as well.
Mm. Yeah, going to
Mm-hmm.
Cali would be a sick thing to put on my resume, so to speak.
Mm, right. Uh, okay. So now we got some would you rather questions. These are always fun. Chat, how we
Okay.
doing? Put some W's in chat if you're here. Okay. Would you rather perform in front of 100? Oh wait, not perform. Okay. Would you rather live underwater or in space?
Hmm. Oh, that's an interesting one. Live underwater or live in space? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm gonna say I'm gonna you know what? I'll say live underwater because I think
Mm,
I'm gonna use a little bit of logic. Because I think at this point we've been able to, or we could be coming close to making like certain structures underwater, even if they're not structures that you can live in like for a long time. I mean,
mm,
obviously, for example, we've made submarines that can travel like down super big depths, for like a certain period of time. So
mm,
I would say definitely we're in the ballpark of actually like maybe figuring something out like that. So I think maybe just
mm,
based on that and the fact that space seems peaceful, but I'm sure it's definitely a little bit scary and it's a vacuum. That's what I've heard and I'm sure other people have heard. So I think
mm,
just based on that, I'm gonna have to go with underwater probably.
mm. That's interesting. Yeah. Like thinking about logistics of all that.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Would
Um,
you go with the same answer or would you say space?
I would say, what would I say? Uh, I mean, as a kid, I had a fascination with space. Like back
Yeah, yeah.
home, I have a room that has like stars on the ceiling and everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Um, and like, you know what they say, like, I don't know. I think just being in space would be really cool
yeah, it definitely
because,
looks cool for sure. I can't deny that at all. And we've all
hmm
been to, we've all been to like a planetarium when we were younger and stuff like that, or like looked through a telescope at an
hmm
observatory at one point. So yeah, we definitely we've all had that fascination with outer space at one point. And
mm,
I like space too. It's just not like something that I obsess about 24/7, but I definitely still have a fascination with it to a certain degree. Absolutely. So yeah, that's
right.
that would definitely be a good answer too, for sure.
Mm. Uh, okay. Would you rather have unlimited time or unlimited money?
Wow. Wow, I could go with either one. Limited time
Right.
or limited money? Wow. I mean, I guess it's a little bit obvious, but maybe unlimited money. I think simply because the prices of things nowadays are beyond insane, and I think other people can
Mhm.
agree with that. So yeah, I think just simply from that, unlimited money. I don't know if I need to explain it any more than that.
No, yeah, I completely get
Mhm.
that for sure. Um, yeah, I mean,
Would
I get that
you would you do
without.
unlimited money or would you do the other one if you had to answer this?
Uh, I think I would do unlimited time. I mean, I think the fact of death that we're all gonna die, I think that is a
Mm,
motivating factor to do anything in life. You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to
that is
stick
true.
around forever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
well,
I can
if I
agree with
could
that.
pause time, I'd love to pause time.
Oh yeah, that would be yeah, that would be pretty cool also. I mean, You never know. I mean, maybe there's crazy gadgets that we don't know about that can do crazy things like even just time even time travel, for example. Like you never know, like it might sound like an absolute fantasy and like, oh, there's no way that's real, but you know, it, you just never know. There's certain things that we don't know about. So you know,
Mm,
and that's what makes thinking about those things pretty cool because it makes you wonder, it makes you ask questions, at least in your head, you know. But yeah,
hmm.
that's a good answer too, for sure.
Would you all right. If you were on a deserted island,
Mm.
would you rather have well all right. Here's the question. Okay. If you were on a
Good old
deserted
deserted island.
island,
Hmm.
what three tools would you bring? What three people would you bring? And what three video games would you bring?
Wow, this has layers to it. Wow, and pretty cool spin on it because it's usually just like one item would you bring with you or whatever it is. So yeah, it's definitely a
Right.
spin on it for sure. Three
You could
items,
do
three people,
one
and three video games. Hmm.
yeah,
Oh,
but
I
you could
can
do
I can do
one
one or three
thing
of
at a
each one.
time. Um yeah, well, maybe let's do that. Make it more simplistic. Yeah, if you could bring all right, one tool, one person, and one video game, what would you bring?
Hmm. Hmm. One video game, I would say, I don't know, Wii Sports. I don't know how you would,
Okay.
I don't know how you would do a video game on a deserted island, but hey, we're in the 21st century. I mean, someone will come up with some crazy invention or contraption to make that happen, probably, for all I know. One person.
Right.
I mean, I mentioned him earlier. I'm gonna say Zach.
Wow.
I hope he ends up
Wow.
seeing this part. I might actually tell him about that. Tell him that I said it at some point later on. So I'm sure he'll get a kick out of that.
Take a
Um,
shot with Zach.
yeah. And then one item. I mean, it's got to be an item that a lot of people nowadays like have on us all the time. I mean, our phone. I mean, our phones
Hmm.
can do a lot. So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Right. Hmm. Right. Wow. Hey, Wii Sports.
Hmm.
Wii Sports is so awesome.
Yeah.
um that's pretty incredible. Um okay. We asked this question to everybody at the end of
Okay.
the live. Okay.
Yep.
100 men versus one gorilla. Who are you gonna say wins?
Uh, I mean, a gorilla is obviously very strong, but 100 men. I mean, imagine if at least even just half of those men had really like good muscle power. I mean, that would be a lot of muscle power. Uh, wow. I mean, there's definitely like it's hard to just immediately say an answer, even though it's kind of meant to be like a funny question because definitely things you think about.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. I mean, if even just half of the men were like maybe some of the strongest men on the planet, for example. I mean, obviously a gorilla is a very strong animal. But like I said, if even half of the men were really like fit and really buff and actually and knew what they were doing, I'm gonna say 100 men. 100 men.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Would you
Yeah, I
have a
mean
different
that's
answer to that? Would you say the
I just
gorilla or
don't even
would
know how
you
to
also go
stand
with
a
the men?
chance. Cause like if a girl is angry, it's just gonna like
Right.
destroy everyone instantly. Like,
Yeah.
how you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get close to it? Like, but
I
I
mean,
don't know.
when people get angry, I mean, we've seen what happens in some. I don't know, maybe for example, some like real viral moments when humans get really annoyed. So I wouldn't put it past humans too. So especially, and again, if
Okay.
the human's a guy and he's like really fit and really strong, I mean, you just never know.
Hmm. Right. Uh. Well, Sans this life is just joining. How much longer? I mean, we're kind of wrapping up right now. But appreciate you joining at the buzzer, Mo. Appreciate you joining at the buzzer. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today, Austin. I appreciate it. Do you have anything you
Yeah, of
want to kind
course.
of shout out? Where can people find you? Yeah, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'll shout that out, of course. I mean, my YouTube channel is, they have usernames, so I'll just say the username. It's Austin
Yeah.
5019, and my Instagram is, make sure I get it right, Austin A 232299. I'm pretty sure both of those are right. I know they seem very precise, but the YouTube username, I didn't pick that one out. I mean, I could change it at some point, but that's what the YouTube username currently is right now. So, but I'm pretty sure I got
Yes,
both of them.
Austin A 232299. Yeah, you got it
Yep,
right.
that's Insta. Yep, and then YouTube
Mhm.
is Austin with a capital A 5019. Yep.
Okay.
In case people,
Wow.
search for a YouTube channel by username. So,
Mhm. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for joining
thank
again,
you.
Austin. And
Of course, you're welcome,
maybe
Joseph. Thank you
I'll,
very much for having me. Of course.
of course, maybe I'll see you around Massachusetts. And in the meantime, thank you for
Yeah, that
joining.
would be
And
nice. It's a
I'll
small
see you around.
world. You never know. All right.
It
Thank you
is.
very much. Have a good night.
Peace, peace out, everybody. Thank you.